92.7 WOBM. Good morning. Shawn Michaels with you, and joining me right now, my special guest is author Toby Haberkorn, and we're talking about a new children's book that she's put together that deals with a problem that a lot of parents in our audience find themselves with grandparents who are dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's. Toby, good morning. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Is it important? Let's begin here. Let's talk about the book. Is it important for us to be honest with our kids about a grandparent's health? And in this case, we're talking about Alzheimer's or dementia.
Yes, it's extremely important because we all know that this disease not only affects the person suffering from dementia, but also the entire family, especially the children. And I think sometimes parents hope or assume children don't notice, but they notice everything. And they may think, my grandmother is very sick. Will I catch it? Will my parents catch it? My grandmother no longer lives in her house. Will we have to move too? My grandmother is different now. Does she still love me? These are some of the thoughts that can run through a child's mind and produce extreme anxiety.
How do you approach the issue in your children's book? What is the approach that you use to bring the kids into a world that they're comfortable with?
Well, I speak about a grandmother who is healthy initially. She picks up her granddaughter from school. She makes her snacks. She travels extensively and brings home souvenirs, which they make up stories about. The granddaughter helps the grandmother with maybe her bridge game. And then the grandmother changes. She sometimes puts the key in the refrigerator. She forgets where she is or where she is going. She no longer drives. She confuses the granddaughter with her own mother and calls the child by her mother's name. In other words, the grandmother who was once so competent is no longer. And the granddaughter now helps her grandmother out. The granddaughter realizes her grandmother has changed, and I believe the granddaughter realizes that even unspoken love is still love.
Are children able to cope with serious health issues, in your opinion?
I think so. When they are given age-appropriate information, they are able to understand the situation. The unknown is extremely anxiety-producing. In many cases with dementia, children live more in the moment and more accepting of a grandparent who has changed than sometimes an adult child who suddenly sees her parent with dementia.
Do parents need to take the time to discuss these issues with their kids? I mean, is it up to us as parents to sit with our kids and say, okay, look, here's what's going on and we want you to know about it?
Yes, because when I was a child, we didn't have the internet. So my parents had more control of the message. If you don't speak with your children about this, they may get information from sources that aren't necessarily accurate and are quite stressful. So I think parents want to control the message, and they also want to have children that grow up to be resilient and compassionate. By telling your children and explaining the grandparents' position and illness, you're allowing your child to be compassionate. And the world needs compassionate people, and our families need compassionate family members.
The book, the children's book you put together is called When My Grammy Forgets, I Remember, A Child's Perspective on Dementia. Where can we get the book, and how do we go about doing that?
Go to Amazon.com, and you will very easily be able to get the book.
Toby Haberkorn joins us, and beautiful illustrations done in the book as well. So it's very much a child's book, but with the underlying issue of health, of dementia with this.
Yes, it really explores dementia in a non-threatening way that I believe children can understand, and their parents can feel very comfortable reading the book with them.
Excellent. We thank you, Toby, for taking time with us and bringing to the forefront an issue that a lot of families, where us, the parents, have our parents dealing with these health issues, and then our kids are having to figure out what's going on. So hopefully this will help bridge that gap. It's called When My Grammy Forgets, I Remember. Toby, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.